Halo 6 Xbox One release date, news, 2018 updates and E3 rumors for new Master Chief game Halo 6, Xbox One X and E3 update. Halo 6 will run on the Xbox One X at a resolution of 4K with a frame rate of 60 FPS according to a new report from GameRant. A job posting at 343 Studios, the development studio behind the game, has listed a position for a lead graphics engineer who has a passion for stunning 60Hz 4K graphics. The listing also requests a staffer that will drive graphical innovation and produce amazing systems and visuals for our entire feature FPS Halo experiences. Though Microsoft Tor 343 has yet to actually confirm the game's existence, it's highly unlikely 343 has any other projects on the go that would require a staffer of this type. We already know Halo 6 is in development thanks to a statement from Phil Spencer, Xbox boss, who once intoned that all new Gears, Halo and Forza titles will be coming to Xbox Games Pass on launch. We expect to hear more about Halo soon, potentially at E3 2018. Halo 6, at a glance release date, TBC, estimated late 2018, developer, 343 Industries publisher, Microsoft platforms, Xbox One X enhanced. Presumed, genre, FPS Halo 6, everything we know so far. 343 Industries' next Halo game may still be a way off, but we may finally have a hint as to when we'll see our first information about the game surface. Halo 6 will be the next mainline game in the Halo franchise, and many gamers have found it slightly peculiar that Microsoft has been so lax in putting out information about the next title. However, now the Xbox One X has been released, we could start to see Microsoft make moves on the next big Xbox FPS project. If you look at previous Halo games, the production of them might prove suitable proof as to when we'll see more information about the mysterious Halo 6 surface. Halo 6 will be the third mainline Halo game from 343 Industries, the developer that took over from original series developer Bungie, who has since gone on to design the critically acclaimed and commercially successful Destiny games. Halo 6 trailer. Most Halo games have had 3-year development cycles, and that would mean the cycle would wrap up this year, 2018, for Halo 6, assuming that logic can be applied to the new game. That means, effectively, that we'd start seeing more information, or at the very least hints, about the game as early as Q1 2018. But, in terms of a big content blowout, we'd likely see much more information on the game at E3, June 2018, as this Reddit post theorizes. That could mean a release date of Q3/4 2018, in line with previous Halo launches. Unless that is, Microsoft opted to move the release to early 2019, as Sony have done in recent years to great success, such as Horizon Zero Dawn. Equally, this could allow 343 Industries to avoid a likely jam-packed holiday of shoots, just like every year, with a new Call of Duty and EA's Battlefield series likely going head-to-head once again. Halo 6, not coming in 2018. Fans and certain sites have been quick to point out comments made by 343 Industries' first blog post of 2018 to the worldwide Halo community. Welcome back. To be frank, or grim, really, I'm not sure if that's a welcome back to us, or you guys, but let's go with it either way. 2018 has arrived and with it, the promise of new fun times to be had and adventures to be embarked upon. No, not those adventures, but plenty of exciting ones regardless, some which might surprise you more than others. The suggestion from certain quarters is that the italicizing of those could be a subtle, or maybe an accidental slip, in telling fans not to expect a Halo 6 release in 2018. Elsewhere, Resetera user Clabriel, known for accurately leaking Microsoft's E3 2016 press conference, also teased some potential updates on several Microsoft's IPs the start of 2018, and this included a sly Halo reference, where he said, "I would love to have a really high player count, connections per session, for Xbox's biggest franchise." Did somebody say Halo, Battlegrounds mode at all? Halo 6, release update February 4, 2018. It looks like a large portion of the development team at 343 Industries is working on fixing the Master Chief Collection, a very early title released for the Xbox One. In a recent blog post, 343 states that it's dedicating a lot of its team to working on the compilation title, including adding an update to the game to make it enhanced for Xbox One X. According to the post, it seems like there are a lot of considerations the studio is making for the game, something that may end up being quite a big project. But what does that mean for Halo 6? Well, if this much of 343i is dedicated to going back and working on an older title, it suggests that perhaps Halo 6 hasn't yet entered full development. Otherwise, would the development team be able to spare as much of its workforce to go back to MCC? Well, the blog post addresses this. This team is completely separate from the broader 343 team working on the next Halo FPS title. There's zero overlap or shared resources to ensure that the larger game team can remain laser focused on the future. I've read some posts from fans who are concerned that we are cracking open MCC at the expense of the next Halo FPS title. Rest assured that while MCC is incredibly important to the studio, in no way is this work interfering or taking away from the next big thing. We are committing the necessary resources to do both projects right. So it seems development for Halo 6 is still under full swing. We expect to hear more about it soon. Halo 6, development history. It's been almost 2 years since Halo 5 launched, and the 2015 title left fans with a lot of questions about the future of Microsoft's flagship franchise. Since Halo 5's launch, we've heard precious little about the future of the franchise proper. Granted, we saw the release of Halo Wars 2 earlier this year, but as far as the main game series goes, Microsoft and developer 343 Industries has remained quite tight-lipped. So what is the status of Halo 6? The next proper game in the series is most certainly in the works, but not an awful lot is known about the game. Thanks to the intrepid work of NeoGAF user Dagrain212, we can see that the length of time between Halo 5's launch and the lack of a Halo 6 announcement is now the longest such gap in Halo history. Announcements have traditionally occurred within 1.5 years of the previous game's launch, and with Halo 5 we're approaching the 2-year mark since release. But that isn't to say the game isn't in development. Developers have stated multiple times that something's happening with the series, it's just that we don't formally have a title or release date for the game just yet. Halo 6, development history continued. O'Connor later goes on to explain the future of the multiplayer facet of the game has also been shaped by Halo 5's reception. Halo 5's core MP is a thing that would be refined and tuned in the future, not rebooted, reinvented or reset. That doesn't preclude any number of improvements, additions or completely new modes and methods of play. but the team does recognize the core strengths and extensibility of the current MP tune. Finally, a Microsoft recruiter posted an ad for graphics engineers that claimed the next Halo game will be the biggest yet and that the new game is going to be ridiculous, likely thanks to the power of the Xbox One X, which is also mentioned in the posting. All of this paints a picture of a game that is coming through the development process healthily, that is slowly but surely being pieced together as the Xbox One X approaches its launch date. We're still no closer to knowing when Halo 6 is going to launch, but we do know that it's going to be a big game that's learned from the series so far, and that should be enough to get you excited. Halo 6, coming to Xbox Game Pass. Halo fans were given some rather big and rather important news about the next Halo game in January, from Xbox boss Phil Spencer no less. The head of Xbox announced in an interview with The Verge that the Xbox Game Pass subscription service will see new releases added at the same time they become available on the Microsoft Store or at retail. This is pretty big news and means new titles such as Sea of Thieves, Crackdown 3 and State of Decay, which are all slated to release this year, will effectively cost less to play for a month than the cost of a pint in some London pubs. Xbox Game Pass is quickly becoming a sort of Netflix for gaming on Microsoft's Xbox One family of consoles. The number one request from our customers was to get new blockbuster games into Game Pass, explained Spencer to The Verge. Spencer then added that the company will continue this promise with the rest of our portfolio before dropping further news on future Microsoft exclusives. Not just those games, but our future Halos, our future Gears of War, future Forces, and other games. Our plan is to launch those to our Game Pass subscribers at the same time they go to retail. Exciting times ahead, though if we know Halo fans will still probably want to buy the game, rather than renting it until the end of eternity. Halo 6, potential VR update. Though Microsoft has been ominously silent about Halo 6 and the future of the Halo franchise, we could expect to see some big changes coming to the series in coming years. That said, by looking at the staff, 343 Industries, custodians of the series since Bungie left to make Destiny, is hiring, you can infer a little bit more about what to expect of the franchise's future. .343 Industries is hiring a creative director to help the studio create a virtual reality experience set in the Halo universe. This could be a standalone product, or it could be a part of Halo 6, nothing is certain yet. The job listing doesn't give much information beyond that, but it's nice to know we're going to get to explore the Halo universe, in some way, in VR. Does that point to a larger Microsoft announcement about VR at E3 this year? It's likely.